Hello, this is Inua, story in ice and time. It looks pretty. That's it. That's all I got. I'm tired. We're doing it. Honestly, sometimes pretty is all you need in a game. Or rather, all you need to like get you to play a game, you know? Or maybe that's just me. Are those bones? Looks like a lot of bones. Why that dude so happy about that? Who did this? A crime! Also, evidently, the volume is too loud and I need to turn it down. Noted. Please let me get to a menu screen.
This life was explained to me through the story of Nanuruluk, the colossal bear.
Do I have to click? Can I hit the escape button real fast? What the fuck? Oh, cord is under my fucking escape button. Settings. Just a little quieter. I think the voice is fine. It was specifically the music that was kind of loud. Okay.
No paws, teeth, nor others' patience measured to its own. It walked the earth for many seasons, growing until the land was too small for its comfort.
Boop.
David, it's me. I didn't wake you, did I?
No, I'm up. Just fixing myself a coffee. So where are you now?
I just reached the Parks Canada research ship. Freezing my ass off waiting for Dr. Gervais to come show me around the boat. It's minus 15 here, more like minus 20 with the wind chill and...
Yeah, I didn't send you there to report the weather, Tana. Did you get a chance to read over the documents I sent?
Yes, sir. Got it all in my backpack in case I need a quick refresher. But as of 4 a.m. this morning, I'm a full-fledged expert on the Franklin expedition. Ready to turn it all into a great story. So long as I don't pass out in the middle of the interview.
Damn it, Tana. I thought I told you to get a good night's rest.
Who does that?
That was the plan, until my connecting flight was delayed for 8 hours.
Jesus.
But at least it gave me plenty of time to get my mind off that weird dream.
Can you please just focus for a couple of days? I don't want to regret giving you this opportunity.
Uh-oh. Sounds like someone needs to finish his coffee.
Literally, David, why are you such a stick in the mud?
Well, can't stand around all day chit-chatting, David. Some of us have work to do.
Chris, little fucking bastard. That's right, though. This is a great opportunity. Might as well get to work.
Hello? Hello? I have an appointment with Mr. Gervais. Alan?
Great start. He can't hear me over all the fuss. Explore the surroundings to find tokens. Interact with a character to enter their mind? Sick? Crazy? Tokens are ideas you can instill in a mind to enter. Oh, okay. Maybe I should take one last look at my notes. Might help to get my facts straight for my story. Oh, April 22, 7:30 appointment with Alan. Alan Gervais, Parks Canada. Terror Bay. 43 hours. Jesus. Franklin expedition left England in 1845. 2 ships, Erebus and Terror, both state-of-the-art vessels for the time. 134 experienced sailors aboard. 1850, last time anyone saw the boats. Since then, 40 corpses discovered, 90 still missing. Poisoning? First tombs found on Beachy Island. Ships found in Cambridge Bay. What really happened to the Franklin expedition? What happened to the rest of the crew? That's what I just said. That's what I'm here to find out. Okay. Sammy. This journalist has her head up her ass. She's barely spoken to me like I'm invisible. Her loss. Who does she think suggested looking here in the first place? If I hadn't spotted that mast in the ice last winter, they'd still be combing the seafloor 100 kilometers north of here, back where they found the Erebus. But yeah, sure, talk to the colonist scientist. What could you possibly learn from some Inuit kid? Oof, oofy doofy. Wait, weren't we expecting a visit from that journalist today? Talia? Something like that. Can't say I'm too keen on the idea. Communication department seems to think it's good PR for Parks Canada.
Oh, so you're the journalist. How long were you planning on loitering outside? You want to freeze to death or come aboard?
Ha. Funny guy. I should try to make a good impression.
You must be Alan Gervais. I'm Tina Hippolyte.
Taina, I can't wait to catch up, but my hands are full right now. Why don't you take a look around, try not to touch anything, and we'll get acquainted later, yes?
I just wanted to ask if you...
Fantastic.
I guess that was a good impression. No, I can't. Okay. Good publicity for Parks Canada, they said. If she manages to write anything at all. I'll be lucky if she doesn't throw up from seasickness. Then again, if she does, at least we'll have a good laugh. Okay. Oh. What are these? Lights? Well. Oh. People. Discoveries. What the fuck is this? Busted ass cans. I love how if I just like click around long enough, it'll be like, hey idiot, these are the things you can click on. Don't quite see the point of collecting all these old cans, but I guess that's why I drive the Zodiac. Remember an old story the elders used to tell about 2 hunters who found the wreckage of the Erebus before it sank and went in to explore? Down in the belly of the boat they came across a grinning giant, standing there completely still in the dark. Later we figured out it was probably the frozen corpse of one of the crew. The grin would have been due to scurvy. Hopefully the fish ate the bodies a long time ago. I don't need to see any of that. Maggie. Here comes that journalist. Okay, Maggie, try not to say anything
Now,
stupid.
what's a nice ship like the HMS Terror doing in a place like this?
You know, we're not completely surprised by where it ended up. We knew the Terra had been stuck in the ice with the Erebus about 100 kilometers north of here.
I read about that. That's where things really started to go wrong for the Franklin expedition, right?
Right. And since the Erebus was found further south in 2014, we figured the Terra would be somewhere between those 2 points. Still, it was a stroke of luck that anyone found it at all, and in such good condition.
It must be so exciting. Imagine all the things we could learn from this.
We won't have to imagine for much longer. Hey, are you gonna use any of that in your piece?
Hey, nothing but canned food, had no entertainment, lived lives of constant suffering. No doubt about it that— oh. Good grief. No doubt about it, the seafarers in the 19th century lived like grad students. Got a glimpse of the officers' quarters when we were in the submarine. Maps, scientific instruments, not to mention the captain's office, all perfectly preserved. One thing I really want to get my hands on is the ship's logbook. We could learn so much about those final days aboard the Terror. Divers have looked, but they can't find it anywhere. Maybe someone beat us to it? That'd be crazy. Who are you? Oh man, journalist is coming over. If I play my cards right, maybe I can get a mention in this piece of hers.
Hi, I'm Tina from The Discoverer. Mind if I ask a few questions? I understand you've made some interesting discoveries.
Interesting would be an understatement. This stuff is groundbreaking. Where do I even begin?
I think what our readers really want to know is whether we're any closer to finding out what happened to the Terror and her crew.
We've still got a lot of work to do to figure that out. Work, Jeffrey. You remember the concept?
Damn.
Sorry, no time to chat, but have a look at what we already pulled out today. Might be interesting.
A little hungry, but not that hungry. Oh, are the cans one of the things that they pulled out? Divers have given the signal. Their search basket must be full. Maggie hasn't noticed yet. This could be my chance to look good in front of Alan.
Maggie, what are you waiting for? Activate the winch.
This fucking guy.
Huh? Oh, okay, I'll do it right away.
But what? No excuses. Come on, wake up. We've all got a job to do.
It's just that last time I checked, you were on winch duty.
Damn it. Get fucked, Jeffrey.
Fine, I'm on it. Better than standing here all day arguing about who's supposed to do what anyway.
Oh my god, fall in the ocean, Jeffrey. Well, isn't this a friendly work environment? Ugh. Didn't I already... Could have sworn it was her turn. Ugh, made a damn fool out of myself. It's not how I'm gonna get my postdoctorate. Just die. Anything we find on board the Terror may offer clues to what happened on her last voyage. The more I think about it, the more I'm amazed by what we found. Wreck of the Terror is in near perfect condition. Bet the thing would float if we could bring it to the surface. If we keep on at this rate, we'll soon understand what really happened to the Franklin expedition. We're gonna find everything. Time to find out what was on the menu aboard the Terror.
These tin cans are really well preserved.
We found them on a shelf in the pantry. I wouldn't crack one open, though.
Let me guess, they've expired?
Worse, they may have been tainted with lead from a faulty sealing process.
Oh.
Ah, yes, I think I've read about that. You think that might have been what killed the crew?
Not necessarily. From our preliminary tests, the levels of lead in the crew's bones are consistent with those of other sailors at the time. Back then, your average Brit was exposed to higher levels of lead than we are today.
That's stored in the bones? Fascinating.
The joys of living through the Industrial Revolution, I guess.
We'll have a toxicological analysis completed in the coming months. Then we'll know for sure.
Judging by the racket, it sounds like they've hauled stuff up from the wreckage. Hope they find something while I'm on board. That would be so fucking sick for my story, dude. What? Why? Do I have to hold it? Nope. Fine, I'll turn. What? No, not you. Oh. What does everybody have to say about this? Not easy to make the dead talk. Who knows what happened on board that ship? Even after all these expeditions, I still get creeped out when we find human remains. Halloween's come early this year. Ever since Cynthia entered this witchcraft phase, I feel like I'm surrounded by skulls. Teenagers. Jesus, I sound like my dad. Oh, wait, what the fuck? Discovery of the chair is a landmark moment in the history of Canada. Franklin expedition is the stuff of legend here. Learned about the search for the Northwest Passage in school. A few years ago, then Prime Minister Stephen Harper launched an expedition to locate the wrecks. But he didn't just want to unravel the mystery of what happened to the crew. He also wanted to assert Canadian sovereignty in the area. Want to find the truth behind the myth. Wow, skulls. Sick. I got here just in time, dude.
Are those the crew? It's been a long time since anyone found human remains from the Franklin expedition. This must be a landmark discovery, Dr. Gervais. Just 87 more and you'll have the full set.
Indeed, it's quite the breakthrough, but as is often the case with these discoveries, these remains pose more questions than answers. Why would so many of these men have remained on the ship? They could have risked it and tried to reach the continent on foot. Instead, they just waited here to die.
The expedition's not over yet. Maybe you'll find your answers.
Maybe, or maybe we'll never know.
Oh, shit. What?
Lieutenant, a decision must be made, and made quickly if we are to have any chance of surviving.
Mr. Woodruff, might I remind you that I am the last remaining officer on board? I, and I alone, will make the decisions about the crew on this ship.
There are barely 30 of us left. The summer ahead looks to be as cold as the last. Sir, we must abandon the Terror.
Abandon the Terror? Nonsense! You would be well advised to hold your tongue on such matters.
Sir, I beg you, please. Listen to me before it's too late. If we leave now, I'm sure we can still...
The only thing you can be sure of, Woodruff, is that your next word on this will be your last.
That fool, he's risking our lives. He hasn't got what it takes to be in command. Uh-oh, mutiny. The men still follow him all the same. Fear, loyalty, blind obedience. I have to find something to convince them to leave this ship with me. Should I tell them about my dream? No, they'd never believe me. Not sure I believe myself. Has to be something else. Mm-hmm. Escape. More people. Death. Donk. Who are you? All this military might, most advanced ship in Her Majesty's Navy. What good are all those guns out here? Months ago, a few men left the ship to try and leave a message in the cairn nearby. God knows how far they got. Never heard from them again. Wonder whether the lieutenant has listed the names of the dead in his logbook. Certainly spent enough time in his cabin. Typical. Here we are freezing to death and that bastard has his own private room. He's even got a window. Not that there's much of a view right now. Wait, why did you kick me out? I was close to Stanley and good sir. Good sir? Proud Scotsman was good, sir. Loved to tease me for being Welsh, but always in good humor. Taught me the basics of medicine, but with them gone, I'm the crew's physician by default. Me. If only my mother could see me now. Little I can do to ward against cold, fatigue, and malnutrition, but have to try. That's rough, buddy. Be surprised if those cannons could even fire after so long in the cold. Yakor has us running them out every morning. For what? What is he even expecting to fight out here? Seals? Polar bears? Lifeboats. Some good those will do us now. We better use just firewood. Refuse to die here. Long to see Skyland again. Gotta return home. Ellie, my love. Moira, my treasure. Nothing will keep me from seeing you again. I'll do whatever it takes. Will you kill a billion man to do it? Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. With thee I will destroy kingdoms. Hello? Always found it easier to memorize the parts about fighting. Wonder why that is. If the lieutenant says we stay here, I suppose he knows best. Hardly like I have a better plan. I have to bury these poor bastards as best we can, but who's gonna bury us? If only I could read. Find comfort in that Bible the pastor gave me before I left home. No, you couldn't. Lieutenant has us exercising the guns every morning, even after everything that's happened. Says it's good for discipline, but it feels more ridiculous with each passing day. If there was a way off the ship, we would have taken it already. Besides, what would we even do out there? How would we survive? How would we find our way? We wouldn't make it far without help, and who's gonna help us? Would never have become the lieutenant's aide-de-camp if Smith hadn't died. Some promotion that was. He spends most of his days locked in his cabin. Always muttering to himself and scrawling in that logbook of his. Maybe I should tell someone about what I saw this morning. Maybe that would be more trouble than it's worth. Terror was a bomb ship, much like the Erebus, repurposed for Arctic exploration. She survived the War of 1812, expeditions to the Arctic and Antarctic too. Can't say I've had such a distinguished career, and yet here we both are. We could load up those lifeboats with as much as we could carry and drag them south. Food, provisions, items to trade with the Inuit we might meet along the way. It would be hard work, but I don't see an alternative. Dozens of us have died already, and we'll join them if we continue to do nothing. These men are prisoners of the old world. They haven't the stomach to question authority. How many more must we lose before they listen to reason? If anyone else has to die, it should be the bastard that keeps us prisoners here. I'd rather convince him, but I'll do whatever it takes to get off this boat. That's the spirit. We're the boys of fear no noise. Hello? Whilst the thundering cannons roar. Boom! Boom!
Campbell! Campbell, you worthless layabout!
Aye, sir?
What's the status of the cannon?
In full working order, sir.
At least, I think it is.
Yes, capital. Keep up the good work, lad. We'll make a sailor of you yet.
Brilliant. Incredible, Lieutenant. You even managed to maintain the lifeboats during this whole ordeal. I was merely acting according to the principles instilled in me during my training, Admiral. I assume you've already met my daughter. Oh my god, is this guy 12? I have yet to have the pleasure. Enchantée, mademoiselle. Here was deep darkness, a mausoleum. She was a mausoleum by the end. Cold, disease, starvation. Not for me, no, no, no. That hole so thick, it shattered. Shattered by the ice. No choice but to leave. Had to sail away aboard the Terror. But who will pay? Who will pay the price for abandoning the Erebus? Questions will be asked. The Admiralty will want answers. Me? No, surely no. It was to be such a brilliant career. But, yeah, if I could save the Terror and all who sail in her. Parades! Parades in the name of Lieutenant Graham Gore? What a fucking dingus. Oh. Oh, we can... Wow, they opened. Oh, shit. It's Lieutenant Graham Gore, last surviving officer aboard HMS Terror. Though our situation is dire, I have full confidence in the Admiralty. I'm certain that as I write this, a recovery operation is underway. As such, it's my duty to ensure that the Terror is ready for inspection when we're rescued. Years at sea. Wait. September, November. There's a sea with only these wretched, illiterate seamen for company. This conversation is hardly stimulating. I'm sorry, I'm 5. You can't use semen and stimulating in the same fucking paragraph. Better to spend my time in my quarters finding solace in one of the many volumes of the ship's well-stocked library. Must read the latest Dickens before these Philistines use it for candling. Mr. Dickens, I hope this letter finds you well. I myself remain icebound in the Northwest Territories. I require your assistance in persuading famed Arctic explorer Sir James Clark Ross to lead a rescue expedition. Sadly, I've never met Sir James. I am, however, well acquainted with his cousin, Albert. Do you know him? Is this man going crazy? Stripping her for all she's worth. Her boom boom. Her ding-a-ling-a-ling. No! No! A cannery in the mine? Plum bum the depths? Poison? Meteorisman. Fatigue sets in, dragging the boy in his magic lantern. Wrapping a stone man in the dancing image. Re-hunting? Only one? Where did your brothers go, poor Yorick? What? What? Her boom boom! Not her boom boom. Think. Okay. You still want to talk about death, huh? In these conditions, the soul is tested as much as the body. Not a test many of us have passed. Perhaps one day someone will be able to catalog all the errors that brought us to this point. It's assuming the officers have been recording all their decisions. Yeah. Those officers with their endless meetings, big dinners, comfy cabins, writing in their logbooks. Look where that got us. Good riddance, if you ask me. These heathens have been burning the prayer books we were given when we left England. All because the lieutenant won't sacrifice his precious library. Don't forget his beloved logbook. No, he'd never even let us touch that. Have to say something. Woodruff will know what to do.
Mr. Woodruff, I need to speak with you about something I saw in Lieutenant Gore's cabin. I saw him writing in his logbook again this morning, but he seemed distressed. I was curious, so I took a look. My reading ain't so good, but it was nonsense, sir. The mindless ramblings of a madman as far as I could tell.
Truly.
I'm worried he's beginning to crack under the pressure.
I see. You've done the right thing coming to me, lad.
What Ruben says is true, then the men need to know. Wowie zowie. Oh my god, there's so many things I can fucking peek at now. Worse than I thought. Page after page of this drivel, on and on. Letters never sent, poems, drawings. Can't let him hold us back
Listen
any
up,
longer.
lads. You too, Gore. The lieutenant here is under the impression that we're about to be rescued. I'm sad to say I don't share his optimism.
Enough of your insubordination, Woodruff. I'll have you lashed if you say another word.
Lashed? Who'll be doing the lashing, Lieutenant? The Admiralty? Maybe one of your famous friends can help you.
What?
It's all here in the logbook, lads. The poor bugger's gone mad. He's gonna get us all killed.
These men are still loyal to me, Woodruff. Still loyal to the Crown.
Perhaps we should let the men answer for themselves, sir.
My writings. Yeah, my writings will exonerate me in the eyes of the Admiralty. These swine. These swine must not see my logbook. They can barely read. And even if they could, they couldn't possibly understand. They couldn't understand the burden. What it takes to lead the youngest officer on board. It was to be a brilliant career. Killing me. Woodruff sounds like he has a plan. At the very least, if he's sitting here and waiting to die. To God, this doesn't end in bloodshed. Never even fired this pistol before. How am I gonna fare in a firefight? Or has to be stopped. He's out of his mind. I understand him wanting to prove himself. He's not much older than I am. Even I'm old enough to know I don't want to freeze to death here.
We are going to leave this ship, and we're going to live to tell the tale. Mr. Woodruff will show us the way. I'm sure of it.
Oh shit. They're starting to believe me. They're starting to believe there's a way out of this. Maybe there was some truth in that dream I had. The last remaining officer's dead. We outnumber Gore. Only if I can get them all on my side. I mean, you already outnumber him as long as you have more than one, no? I can hardly believe it. All this time we were following the orders of a lunatic. I can see some of the men are still coming to terms with it. I need them all on my side if we're gonna get off this ship. What is the deal with this room car outside at fucking 3 in the morning? Had a peek at Gore's feverish scrawling in this strange script. May not be able to read, but I know the devil's work when I see it. Okay, guy. Woodruff's an odd fellow, but he has something about him. Maybe there's a way out of this after all. If you won't listen to reason, perhaps force? God help the poor bugger. No choice left to make. This man will lead us all to hell.
Give it up, Lieutenant. From now on, we'll put our faith in the Lord, not you.
Sure. Of course, gone mad. I'll admit it wouldn't be the first time I'd seen it happen at sea. There's even a chance we could make it home. We have to take it. I'd risk everything to see my family one more time. Hope I don't have to fire this pistol. So much for risking everything. Haven't so much as winged a bird since we've been out here. Madman, he'll condemn us all to an icy grave. Oh, you don't want to participate in the fucking standoff happening over here? Logbook is nothing but the ravings of a madman. If only there was some way to help the poor soul. Heard talk of doctors removing parts of the brain in cases like this. I don't think I have the skills for that. Rather take my chances out here than watch another man wither away on this cursed ship. Oh, out there. Well, no, we'll know that we tried at least. Pray to God I don't have to treat a gunshot wound. Hardly know where to start. There is one thing that my past experiences have taught me. It's that survival is a matter of will. Gore's been crushed under the pressure. It's hard to blame him. If we continue to follow his orders, we're sure to die here. Don't resist, Lieutenant. It's better this way. They're all with me now. I have no choice but to end
All right,
this.
Gore. It's over. The men are with me, and we're getting off this godforsaken ship.
Scoundrels! Fools! He'll lead you to your graves. Crucifixes by the shore. A pile of rocks atop your bones.
It's not too late, Lieutenant. You can still come with us.
You
You stole an officer's property and then tricked these men with your lies about my writings. How could you understand? How could you possibly understand?
You're not thinking clearly, Lieutenant.
And why should these men trust a lowly wretch like you? Why? When you left England, you could barely write your own name.
Listen, you daft bastard. You're not in charge anymore. You can come with us, or you can freeze to death here.
You're leading these men to their deaths, Woodruff, and I'll spill your blood before any of you leave this ship.
Keep your hands clean, Lieutenant.
Oh. Is there a way to fuck this up? Wait, are there multiple endings to this? How? But that's in the past. How could I have possibly done a different thing? What? Wow, creepy skull. Got here just in time.
It's been a long time since anyone recovered human remains from the Franklin expedition, so this is a pretty big find, right?
I guess.
Fucking Jeffrey, get out of here.
Ignore him. He's just trying to seem cool in front of the big shot reporter.
No, seriously, what more can we learn from a skull? I'm more interested in tools, personal effects.
But it looks like this one died of something other than lead poisoning and frostbite. See? The skull is fractured.
Mind if I take a closer look?
Who knows? Maybe this guy still has a story to tell. I can't possibly imagine what happened here. Tooth looks different from the others. Filling? Not exactly cheap back then. Rules out this being a simple sailor. Oh. Punctured clean through. Can't imagine this would be anything other than a bullet. Poor guy was executed. Little doubt about that. We did
What kind
it.
of sailor had a filling back in 1845?
Who told you could touch that?
What?
My guess would be an officer with a bullet in the forehead. Seems like close range. The whole thing sounds like mutiny to me.
We've done it. Conditions these men faced: fatigue, starvation, cold. No wonder they revolted. When they got on that boat, they were full of hope, but when that hope faded, what was left? Guns. Mutiny, not a bad idea. Fucking Jeffrey, get out of here. He's blowing smoke up Alan's ass all day long. You don't have to be a kiss ass. You understand this, right? God, I fucking hate people like that. This guy... this fucking guy. If we can find something to explain what happened on the Terror, what caused their loss, that would really put my name out there in the scientific community. Rest of the crew, of course. If I'm right about the mutiny, this could be a hell of a story. David might be impressed for once. Has to be rock solid before anything goes to print. Maybe Gervais can confirm it?
So Alan, what do you think about my mutiny theory?
Ha, I think you've been watching too much TV.
Damn it!
No, there are plenty of explanations for what might have happened here.
Goddamn son of a... Years of hard work, and she's about to steal my discovery. Why are you all like this? What the fuck is wrong with all of you? Fucking... God, get a hobby. If the press come out with this before the Prime Minister, that'll ruin everything. Or get her off the ship before she ruins my career.
Well, if you'll excuse me, I have plenty of work to get on with.
Why? Why are there such loud ass fucking cars at fucking nearly 4 in the morning?
We can't let you fondle any more skulls for the moment.
Wait, but I thought...
We'll have What's-His-Face take you back to shore on the Zodiac.
Oh my god. Fucking Sammy is getting so disrespected over here.
I'm sure you're eager to get a cup of hot coffee, but let's catch up tomorrow at base camp, yes? Fantastic. Off you go.
So much for a good first impression. This guy's shutting me out already. Shitter. What's David gonna say if I can't even get on the research ship? Oh. We did it. Mm-hmm. Am I supposed to be clicking? I thought I was doing another cutscene thing. Oh. Thanks.
Nanoguluk foresaw tomorrow through the stories based on the patterns of nature. Floating in the cold ocean, Nanoguluk told its imagination to Qilak, the sky. Qilak listened in silence as they both stared far across distance and time.
You heard me right, David. Mutiny.
Well, I gotta hand it to you, kid. This is big. The Franklin expedition is one of Canada's founding myths, but this could change everything we know about those last days on board the Terror. You have to keep snooping around, Dana. The story depends on it.
Yeah, about that. Gervais kind of gave me the old heave-ho. I'm heading back to shore now.
What? Oh, no. You're kidding me, right? Oh, you can't give up on a scoop like that. You're gonna have to... And you...
What?
Oh, you can't give up on a scoop like that. You're gonna have to... And you...
David! You're breaking up! Ah!
Bad day?
That would be an understatement. My editor is expecting Pulitzer-winning material, but I think I just burned my only contact. On top of that, I'm freezing cold and this boat ride is making me want to hurl.
Sounds like you got things pretty rough.
You can say that again.
Wow, you call this problems. Think, Dana. Have to find a way to save this article, whatever the cost. Okay, take it easy, just breathe. Yeah, totally. And now, all you have to do is come up with an idea so good that it single-handedly saves your article and your career. Easy, piece of cake. What's in here? Nothing? Yeah, I know, I fucking have to explore. Sealed box. Wait, are those from the archaeological ship? Gotta find out what's in them.
Hey, could I take a look at what's in there? I'll be quick. Scout's honor.
Huh? No way.
What, seriously? How much damage could one girl do?
You could cost me my job. That's enough damage for you?
No one touches the crates. Alan was clear about that. He's clearly suspicious of this journalist. But I usually make her okay in my books. But I don't know. Something about her. My last shred of hope could be in those boxes. Need to convince this guy to let me see what's inside. How do I put this?
Look, I have some money my editor set aside for...
That's flattering, miss, but my, charms are not for sale.
Wait, no, that's not what I meant.
Oh, I know exactly what you meant. But you can't buy me off. Although, seeing you squirm is kind of priceless.
Nice one, Tina. Wait. Yeah, that's how you say her name, right? I can't remember. It's been only like 5 minutes since the last time they said it, and yet... Guess we'll have to find something else. Maybe you'd respond well to a moment in the limelight?
Hey, you know The Discoverer, right? The magazine I work for? It's one of the biggest publications in the country. Circulation over 500,000.
You don't say?
When this article hits the stands, it's gonna make waves. How would you like a chance to ride them?
I'm not sure I follow.
I'm saying, why should Gervais get all the credit? How about this? The unsung heroes of archaeological research. Tell your side of the story. We can even get a nice shot of you in there, too.
Oh, yeah? My mother would be over the moon.
Really? Well, in that case, all I need is...
If she wasn't half blind from diabetes. But hey, maybe I could read it to her on a 3-hour snowmobile ride to the nearest hospital. Sorry, hotshot. Can't say I care about fame. Besides, who cares what people like me have to say?
What do you mean?
You see many Inuit on the news? You have many Inuit interviews lined up for your piece?
Well,
Yeah, I thought not. I know at least 3 elders who'd heard about the great European ships caught in the ice. They knew exactly where the Erebus was, but nobody listened. Guys like Gervais would rather poke around for decades than ask for help. They would have found the terror a long time ago if they had taken their heads out of their asses.
If I want this guy to let me snoop around, I have to convince him that he has something to gain too. Girl, just listen to him. Oh my god. Maybe there's something to what he said about the Inuit. Might have an opening there.
You know, you and I are actually on the same side.
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh yeah? Me and the big shot journalist?
Why do you think Alan threw me off the boat? It's because I was getting too close to the truth.
Okay.
I'm serious. I want the world to know what really happened to the Franklin expedition. Not some colonial myth. I want the truth. The ugly truth. And I don't care who I piss off to get there. If the Inuit have a place in history, I can help you reclaim it.
Jeez, who the hell does she think she is?
So what do you say?
You know, thinking about it, my snowmobile could do with some repairs. If your offer from before is still good, and you promise to stop talking about the truth for the rest of the ride back, I'll let you open 1 box.
For real?
1 box.
You won't regret it. Sammy, right?
Cash only. No checks, okay?
Alright, time to see what's in those boxes. 1 box. That looks like firewood. Oh. What's the point of keeping a pile of rotten old planks? Bunch of old planks. I'm not gonna save my article with a few bits of old wood. Has to be more than this. Oh,
Come on,
shit.
lads. Keep moving. Unless you want to freeze on the spot.
Commander, can I ask you a question?
You promised to stop with all this commander nonsense. Ask away.
It's just, I was wondering, how did you know that the Inuit were coming?
It's not easy to explain, William. Suruk appeared to me in a dream. I knew he'd come to help us.
Psst. Poppycock. What's to say these savages won't eat us in our sleep?
I prefer salmon. My taste.
Shit, I forgot this one knows some English. I wonder where he picked that up.
Don't worry. With our supplies and Kumak's hunting skills, we don't need to eat each other to survive. We must learn how to live alongside one another. Who knows, Henry? We may come to appreciate our new companions.
You appreciate them all you like, sir. I choose to remain on guard till I'm back in England.
We're all under a lot of pressure, but can't go on that way or things could turn sour. What can I do to make them appreciate each other? It's not something you can just command. Yep, we got our bell. Oh, wind? Hold on. Yes. Did we already click on the thingamajiggies? Methinks we did. Wait, there's more thingies to click on? Bacon. Oh, it was meat. I thought it was like wood or something and I was just being silly. But no, that was actually fucking jerky or something. Sick. Ha, no light. What are you up to? Strange metal object sings when you hit it. Reuben Campbell showed me. I feel like he's willing to get to know us, and the opposite is true too. With mutual trust, we might reach our objective, whatever that is. Hell yeah. Don't like the wind blowing at our backs. Carries our scent and frightens the game. We prepared dried caribou for a few men, but our group has grown since the Kalunat joined. Glad I don't have to pull these boats full of things I have no use for.
Hey, sulivutit. What ini karo mangilatit.
Tama kuno nga gudwaro je. Ito kawaro.
What even is this language?
Show some respect, Henry.
No, literally, have you never heard other fucking languages before, my guy?
Respect?
Oh my god, literally kill this man. Who the fuck do you think you are? Actually, I don't want to hear your thoughts. What do you think about your language? I'll not talk loudly and a lot. Should challenge Atwa to imitate them when they aren't listening. What do you think about it? Gotta keep our food if we want to survive. I mean, you're not wrong. They probably won't. Especially fucking Henry, this asshole. Wind doesn't blow as strong when you know how to move along with it. Do not know if these men will ever be able to learn that. Bill, Henry will be thrilled. Probably reminds him of his dear church. Maybe hell isn't fire and brimstone. Maybe it's like this, cold and white as far as the eye can see. Perhaps I'm already dead. Oh, guy. Well, listen to me. I sound as miserable as old Henry. Hope they're not plotting against us in their strange tongue. Don't think that stuff is fit for human consumption. It's supposed to be meat, but... well, but nothing. Right now, I'll take whatever I can get. Exactly. What people's boats are full of strange objects. Oops, I'm so sorry. Wonder if the Kalunat use it for their rituals? To me, the wind is both an enemy and a friend. Exactly, you get it. Cold and restless, but it brings the songs of nature to my ears. Face of William Lockett made... the face William Lockett made when he tasted the dried caribou. Wonder what he thought of it. Sounds that those white people make are so strange. Had to decide what might be of value aboard the Terror. Wish I'd packed something lighter. Bell seems to fascinate the Inuit though. Especially the hunter. Kumak, I think his name is. God, this wind. I've seen heavy weather at sea, but here it's different. Whips across the ice floe, lashing us with shards of hail. We ever gonna get out of this white hell? Uh-oh. So sorry, my guy. This dried meat reminds me of my father's chewing tobacco. Can't imagine it tastes much better. Never thought I'd say this, but I'm beginning to like their language. Sounds are unusual, but they resonate with me somehow. Yeah, languages are fun. Wonder what Reuben was thinking, taking this off the Terror. Metal could be valuable for trading, but it doesn't make dragging the boats any easier. Wind is hail, cold, merciless hail. I'd give anything for the warmth of roaring fireplace. Even a campfire would suffice. Woman, Atwat, she had me taste some of that dried caribou meat, and well, it wasn't half bad actually. Better than our tinned meat anyway. I'd like to get to know them better, especially if we're to survive together. We'll get there, I'm sure of it! Yes! Yes! Yippee! We're winning! Learned a few words from the Inua I met in Greenland all those years ago. Thanks to what they taught me, I can almost have a proper conversation with Kumak or Atwat. Of course, if they speak too fast, then I'm completely lost. For real. All those things we took from the Terror, it's like we can't quite let go of our old lives. Past weighs us down like an anchor. We must break free from it if we wish to move forward. Engrave my name on the Terror's hull. Hope that's the last time I write it. Simon Woodruff, who left the port of Greenhithe 4 years ago, is gone. I want to become someone else. Have to. The survival of our group depends on it. Since we started, we've had the wind at our back. Pure luck, even though it freezes us to the bone. Perhaps it pushes us onwards as we journey through this unknown land. Food will be hard to come by out here. We have our canned food, the Inuit have their dried meat. Let's hope that's enough to see us through. William knows a few words in Inuktitut, but not much. It's a great boon that Suluk speaks English. He told me that a sailor taught him. I find that hard to believe, but I don't have a better explanation. He's greatly respected as a shaman among the Inuit. Perhaps I should be wary of him? Don't do that. What am I saying? Quite the opposite. We need to start trusting each other. Exactly. And we will do that in a moment, as soon as I've heard from everybody. What was the one I was starting with? Right, Bill. Object comes from the Kalunat's boat. Had they remained on that ship, all of them would be dead by now, Simon Woodruff included. Feel your presence in the wind and snow, but I'm not certain of where this path will take us. Those animals gave us their meat so that we could make this journey. For that, I'm thankful. For to survive, all of us, we need to communicate with the Kalunat.
Kuma, natak, atuat, naalaktinga.
Suna suluk.
Hallo nanu, king magiyavut. Ikayo kaya katigit to housing at to kisigi alivut.
Sumo, ukausitin ni ilitingaktin nagi.
Hopi maluak mata. Ako'y na lang ako dito, hopi na lang ako night.
They're like a bunch of babies we have to take care of.
Hey, solo, ilinimali lang abot.
Simon trusts me to guide him on our land. I feel connected to him. But he didn't recognize the symbol I carved on the Terror's hull. Not yet. Perhaps it was too soon. What? What is this? Patience. There's a long journey ahead. But I'm so curious. But I'm so curious. Oh, wait. I didn't hit this for you? Suluk thinks it's helpful to learn the language of the Kalunat. I can try. I can imitate a caribou and polar fox. Why not a Kalunat? What is this? Suluk sees things. He knows things. He does things. He always has his reasons. Kalunat's customs are strange to us, but we're not so different. We need food, shelter, community. We're all at nature's mercy. Us? Learning the language of the Kalunat? I do not see what good that will bring. But if that's what our Angakuk saw in his trance, we should do as he says. I'm sure I said that wrong, I'm sorry. The sign that Suluk has engraved refers to a legend. A very old legend, told from generation to generation. I don't understand what that story has to do with the Kalunat's boat, though. I'd like to believe that this encounter will bring us good things, but I do not know if we can trust them. Suluk wants us to learn the Kalunat's language. There must be a reason for it. Sometimes when I play the kill out, Suluk goes into a trance and draws strange symbols on the ground. Whoopsie doopsie, my cursor ran away from me. I think the one he carved on the terror's hull comes back often. I would have never imagined I would one day walk side by side with the Kalunat. These people, this row of boats stretching like a line of seals on the ice. It's like nothing I've ever experienced before. William told me about a strange symbol the Inuit leader carved on the terror's hull. He can carve what he likes on that wretched boat. It can sink to the bottom of the ocean for all I care. The thing was cursed from the beginning. There's one man who can get us out of this mess. It's Woodruff. He thinks we should walk south. We walk south. He'll lead us all home. I believe in him. Ever since that business on the terror, he's been like a man possessed. I just realized why Woodruff sounds like such a familiar name to me. It's because it's the name of a street in the town I used to live in. What was that drawing of Suluk's? A wheel? A sunset? I saw it as a little guy with a hood. Whatever it was, it seemed like he did it for Woodruff's benefit. Thanks to the Inuit, I feel as if our chances of survival have soared. No, literally. I'm beginning to enjoy their company, too, even if I can't understand most of what they say. It makes a change from miserable old sailors, anyway. Hell yeah. You seem like a good one. Wonder what was the meaning of that strange sun Suluk carved on the hull of the Terror? Maybe it's something to protect us? We need all the help we can get. Dare not say this in front of my shipmates, but it's a stroke of luck that these Inuit have agreed to help us. Their knowledge of these lands greatly outstrips our own. Finding food, protecting us from the cold, knowing where and when to stop. We wouldn't have survived 2 weeks without them. Yep. Now that I think about it...
Tell me. You carved a symbol on the hull of the Terror alongside us. What was it?
That was meant for you, Simon.
It was? I feel like I've seen it before. In a dream, maybe. But that's not possible.
That is possible. Are you certain?
Well, I've never experienced anything like it. What do you think it means?
It means you must trust me, that I'm your guide on this journey.
My guide? To where? To civilization?
I cannot answer that, Simon. But know this. You are not the first to see this symbol, nor you will be the last.
Whoa. Broken circle. Feel we can become closer to the Inuit. If we can learn to respect each other, we could achieve great things together. Not the first or last. What the devil is he talking about? Oh. Okay, goodbye. Wait, that symbol.
Something bothering you?
Oh, it's nothing. Probably just a coincidence.
I love coincidences. Care to share?
Well, okay. Follow the line I'm making with my finger. Right here.
Beep.
It might sound crazy, but I think I've seen this before. I don't know, maybe I dreamed it?
You dreamt it?
I don't know. I've been having these weird dreams lately. Maybe it's all the coffee I drink. Last night, there was this giant bear and... Why are you asking me this?
I have something that might interest you.
For my article?
For your article and not for your article. It might interest you either way, but you have to be prepared to listen.
That's why I'm here, Sammy. I told you.
Oh, you've told me plenty, but I'm not sure how much you listen. We're arriving at the port. You ever been on a quad before?